And so then the first step, how do you even start? Um, well, you can do some of that right from home on your computer and just start researching colleges. And one way to do that is to use one of these tools, College Navigator, College Scorecard. Those are both federal websites. And the way these work is you would go into one of these and you would put some information about yourself and what you're looking for. I'm looking for a Massachusetts college. I'm looking for nursing programs, um, things like that. And then it will give you a list of potential colleges that you can research more thoroughly. And these websites have lots of detailed information. They, show you where they're located. Is it in the city? Is it in a more rural area? They give you the size. And then they get into some real details, such as what's the average annual cost for a student? What's the median earnings of a graduate? Things like that. What's the graduation rate? So those are fun tools to play around with. Also, Big Future from the College Board, similar college search tool. You go in and you put some information about yourself, and it will give you a list of colleges. And MEFA has our own college search tool within MEFA Pathway, and that is a free college planning portal that has a lot and also has a college search tool. It's free. You can go in, create an account, and you can use that. Works very similarly to what I described. And so, what factors should you consider when you're thinking about a college? Well, some of the things you won't even know until you really dive into the search a little bit more, but some students might know. So, maybe institution size and location. Um, does a student know if you want to be in a city? Do you know if you want to stay in Massachusetts? Do you know if you want to stay in New England? Do you want to go to California? And would you like to go to a very large school or a smaller school? So you can get thinking about things like that. And that's one of those things that I think after visiting a few schools, you'll have a better sense. And let's say you want to go to California, you might still want to visit some colleges closer to home and get a sense of some of those things. Academic fit is really important. You probably want to be with students who are like you academically. There are some students who really want to study all the time because they love that and they want to make sure they're the top of their class, always get A's, continually are learning, and might even, study on Saturdays at the library. And there are other students who while they want to try hard, work hard, be good students, they maybe don't want to be doing that all weekend long. And maybe they really hope to, go to a big football game on the weekend, or they like to go out hiking, or they have another activity that they really like to spend time doing. And they'd like to do it all week long. And really balance those academics and activities. And so it's good to pay attention to that when you're learning about a college. Um, you know, what, how do students behave? And you'll find a mix, but you just want to make sure that you'll find students who are like you. If you know the major you want to study, then you definitely want to make sure that your college has that intended major. And you probably from high school know a little bit about your learning style. Do you enjoy classes where there's a discussion in every class and the class is always broken up into small groups and there's a lot of discussion during the class? Or do you prefer classes where you can sit, listen, take it all in, and then study later? You'll get a sense of that, and you'll, for that reason, have a sense of how you might like your classes to be in college. Will you enjoy large lecture halls, which some very large institutions have a lot of those, especially in the early years? Or do you really like smaller classes? And then campus culture, activities, those are things that you can best assess from being there on the campus. Does the college have sort of a religious side to it? Is it, I mentioned the big football games on Saturdays in the fall. Is a college one of those where the entire campus sort of comes out, and that's what the weekend is all about. Um, or again, do you love being in musical productions and you love to sing? And is there a lot of that type of activity on campus? So you'll find out some of that, the activities and the campus culture, by number one, visiting the college, but number two, by just connecting with the college, asking questions of current students, to learn as much as possible. Most colleges have study abroad programs, career and internship services. But if those are really important to you, you know you want to study abroad, delve a little deeper into those as well to find out what your options will be. And then, of course, affordability. You really should consider that. So take the time to learn a little bit about the cost, the financial aid available, and what type of financial aid and what that might really mean for you and what you would be paying as a family. And there are ways to do that.